The revolution of fierce loyalty. How unwavering support transforms communities. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to be loved so completely that you never questioned your place in someone's life? Not for a second. Imagine a world where the people around you showed up with such fierce loyalty that you felt invincible even on your worst days. I recently had the profound privilege of interviewing Nicole Williams, a force of nature whose approach to relationships has transformed not just individual lives, but entire communities. What struck me most wasn't just what she's accomplished, though that list is impressive, but how she's done it through a radical practice of fierce, genuine loyalty that defies our culture's casual approach to connection. Nicole isn't just another leadership guru offering empty platitudes about teamwork. She's a revolutionary who has fundamentally redefined what it means to stand by someone. Her work has sparked movements, built bridges across divided communities, and created spaces where people, particularly Black women, can show up authentically and be celebrated rather than merely tolerated. When I love you, Nicole told me, leaning forward with an intensity that made me believe every word. I love you through every storm and sunrise. No conditions, no expiration date. In a world where relationships often come with fine print and escape clauses, this declaration stopped me in my tracks. What would happen if we all loved like that? If we showed up for each other fully present, judgment checked at the door, hearts wide open? The answer, as I discovered through our conversation, is nothing short of revolutionary. Nicole's philosophy isn't just about feeling warm and fuzzy. It's a deliberate practice with three core principles that transform not just personal relationships, but professional spaces, communities, and movements for change. First, there's the power of fierce, genuine loyalty, not as a passive trait, but as an active choice rooted in emotional truth. Second, love functions as an enduring force that requires intention and wholehearted investment. And third, nonjudgmental support creates the safe spaces where people, teams, and communities can truly flourish. Let's be honest, we live in a culture that celebrates independence to the point of isolation. We're taught to protect ourselves, hold back, keep options open. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, they tell us. Always have a backup plan. But what if that approach is robbing us of the very connections that would help us thrive? Nicole's work offers a compelling alternative. Take Nikki Rich, also known as Nicole Richardson, an entrepreneur and educator whose dedication to uplifting Black women in business has created ripples across multiple industries. Facing the stark reality of underrepresentation in both education and entrepreneurship, Nikki didn't just identify the problem, she became the solution. She built educational programs highlighting the stories of female Black billionaires. She mentored young entrepreneurs directly through workshops. She created spaces where authentic stories could be shared openly without fear of judgment or dismissal. The results? Increased visibility for successful Black women leaders. Young people finding the courage to pursue their dreams because finally they could see themselves reflected in their role models. Networks forming based on trust and mutual support rather than competition and scarcity. This isn't just nice, it's necessary. And it all stems from Nikki's unwavering commitment to show up fully for her community, to invest spiritually and emotionally in relationships that matter. When I believe in someone, Nicole shared during our interview, my commitment is total, body and soul. I don't do halfway. This approach transforms what could be ordinary networking into sacred space making. We saw this clearly in the Being Black in Beauty initiative, where Nicole joined other trailblazers to celebrate culture, entrepreneurship, and excellence in an industry where Black professionals often face isolation and limited access to capital or mentorship. By participating openly, sharing struggles alongside successes, Nicole fostered genuine dialogue about resilience born from adversity. She demonstrated how standing together creates strength across generations of leaders. The event wasn't just another panel discussion or photo opportunity, it became a catalyst for new mentorships formed organically. Participants reported feeling truly seen and valued, a testament to what happens when someone brings their full heart into every interaction. The celebration was designed intentionally as a counter narrative against exclusionary norms within beauty and business sectors, a place where authenticity was prioritized over performance or perfectionism. More than just networking occurred here. Seeds were sown for ongoing collaborations, rooted deeply in mutual respect and soulful encouragement between attendees who might otherwise never have met. This model has since inspired similar initiatives across other industries seeking real connection over competition. But Nicole's impact extends beyond entrepreneurial spaces into academic environments as well. Consider the Black Business Students Association at UCLA Anderson, where Nicole Martin serves as co president elect. In elite academic programs where underrepresentation means fewer mentors who understand the unique cultural pressures facing ambitious young leaders of color, BBSA has become a lifeline. The organization hosts events featuring successful entrepreneurs, including candid conversations about vulnerability and perseverance to build bridges between students, alumni, and community partners. Students report feeling more confident stepping into leadership roles, knowing they're backed by peers who genuinely care, not just professionally, but personally, as modeled by association leaders like Nicole Martin. The organization arose from necessity after repeated calls from students seeking not only practical advice, but also emotional validation amidst rigorous coursework and career demands. Today, BBSA boasts record attendance at its signature events during Heritage Months, plus growing alumni engagement, all fueled by transparent communication channels maintained year round. Their approach strengthens retention and graduation rates while sending empowered graduates back into workplaces ready to pay forward lessons learned about holistic support systems. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This sounds exhausting. Am I supposed to show up with 100% intensity for everyone in my life? That's not sustainable. And you're right, it's not. Nicole isn't suggesting we try to be everything to everyone. That's a recipe for burnout, not breakthrough. What she's advocating is intentionality about where we invest our loyalty and then showing up fully in those chosen relationships. Quality over quantity, she told me with a laugh. I'd rather have 5 ride or die relationships than 500 casual acquaintances who disappear when things get hard. This is particularly relevant for Black women navigating professional spaces where we're often expected to be twice as good while receiving half the support. The pressure to present as perpetually strong, never vulnerable, always composed, it takes a toll. That's why Nicole's emphasis on creating judgment free zones is so powerful. When we know we won't be criticized for showing up authentically with our fears, our questions, our imperfect humanity, we can finally exhale. And in that exhale, we find the space to grow. This isn't just feel good theory, it's practical wisdom with measurable impact. Research consistently shows that psychological safety, the belief that you won't be punished or humiliated for speaking up with ideas, questions, concerns, or mistakes, is the single most important factor in creating high performing teams. Google's extensive Project Aristotle research confirmed this years ago, yet many organizations still struggle to create environments where people feel truly safe to be themselves. Nicole's approach offers a roadmap. By modeling fierce loyalty and non judgmental support, she creates containers where innovation flourishes, where risks feel less risky, where failure becomes a stepping stone rather than a stopping point. But here's what really matters: this isn't just about professional success, it's about human flourishing in its fullest sense. When we experience being loved without condition, when someone stands by us through every storm and sunrise, something profound happens. We begin to recognize our own worth in a way that transcends external validation. We develop resilience that carries us through challenges. We discover courage to pursue dreams that once seemed impossible. And perhaps most importantly, we learn how to offer that same fierce loyalty to others. This is how movements are built. This is how communities transform. This is how healing happens, one relationship at a time. So, where do we start? How do we cultivate this kind of fierce loyalty in our own lives? I challenge you today. Choose one person in your life, someone you truly care about, and commit to showing up for them with unwavering loyalty for the next 30 days, not halfway, not when it's convenient. Fully present, judgment free, heart wide open. Listen to understand, not to respond. Celebrate their victories as if they were your own. Stand beside them in their struggles without trying to fix or minimize their pain. Be the person who says, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere, and then prove it with your actions. This isn't just a nice thing to do, this is revolutionary work. In a world that profits from our disconnection, choosing deep, authentic connection is an act of rebellion. And here's my promise to you: this practice will transform not just that relationship, but how you see yourself. It will ripple out to touch other relationships, other communities, other possibilities. Because when we dare to love fiercely, when we choose loyalty over convenience, depth over superficiality, commitment over casual connection, we don't just change relationships, we change the world. The revolution begins with a simple choice to love someone so completely that they never question their place in your life. Not for a second. Will you join me?